Judy Williams. If you don't know me, that's understandable. I'm Cindy's next door neighbor. I'm the face behind the table outline, maybe that you've seen go up. I introduced myself a while ago as I was in the airport taking off to California, and that was a pampered chef trip that I had earned. And Cindy has been my neighbor for how long now, Cindy? It's been like since the kids were little.
23 years, I think we've been in this house.
Wow, 23 years. Okay, so Cindy, you can see in the back above me, maybe Cindy is on here with Zoom with me, and Cindy has kindly been a host this time. It's not the first time Cindy's been a host. She's a great host of mine, and she loves Pampered Chef just as much as I do. And she's got lots of Pampered Chef in her kitchen just to give testimony to that. What would you say your favorite product is, Cindy?
Well, my newest favorite product is that slicer, the 1 cup slicer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually pulled that out because that's a big, the 1 cup slicer. Yes, the cup slicer.
Yeah, it's absolutely great. I love that.
Yeah, especially great. And Cindy was just saying that her garden's coming in right now, and it's really, really handy. It's great if you don't have kids, but it's also fun if you do have little kids, because the blade is on the bottom and you just push it onto all your things, like on a cutting board or on a mat, and they can just push on them, and it just puts all the fruit up or the vegetables up in here. And then when you're done, just put it onto this little stand here, and then it pushes everything off the blades, and then you can just jump it in your fruit salad, on your lettuce salad, your smoothie, or whatever you're making. So these are really, really fun. And that's something new this spring. So those are really fun. We also brought out new coated knives, and I know Cindy's got a couple of those. I know that the fun that people are liking with these is that they go in the dishwasher, right? So away from the heating element. And they're really nice to hold. So my son would say they're ergonomically friendly, but I just say that they're really nice to hold. And those are nice, and they come with covers as well. This is the Sriracha knife. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is the utility knife. It's a little bit shorter. And this is the chef knife, which is longer.
Yeah.
And then there's some other ones as well. This is the bread knife, and it's serrated. I don't know if you could tell that with the blade on, with the guard on. And this is the little tiny paring knife. And there's also a tomato knife, but the guards are nice to have.
Yeah.
So it's nice to keep those on. And if you lose them, I believe you can replace them.
Yeah. My son, Richard, loves them, and he took them up to my girlfriend's in Berrien, and she really liked them too. So we sent them up that way too.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, they're popular. Those are going out. And the other popular thing is a couple of the things I pulled out is if you're looking for something for Father's Day, these are really great. These are these burger spatulas.
Oh, cool.
Or spatula tongs, I think they're called actually, but I call it burger spatulas because that's what you can use them for. They're double-sided, and so they're really great for picking up burgers on barbecues or when you're cooking in the house, just because they've got 2 sides on them. They're really nice, and they work really well. So they're closed like this and open like this. So those are really handy. Also, they came up with an extra large scoop. So I think this is great for doing muffins or for cupcakes. It's just nice and large. So there's a small, medium, large, and now the extra large scoop. So if you're a scoop person, you'll want to take a look at that. And then there's also, this is great for spring as well. This is for fruit with a pit in it. So you can see that the center, this center, push down on it. It's got a base. It's got a really good base on it that fits in here really snugly, because this is very, very sharp. So that's new for spring. And this is what we're going to use for our recipe. These are brand new bowls. So these are like cool and serve bowls, but you can use them for hot as well. And they're vented and makes the lid stick really well. And then there's this, so you can put your spoon on them. And these are great, like I say, for hot or for cold. So you can use them for picnics, or if you've got like a hot potato salad or a cold potato salad, either one. And then there is a smaller one inside here. So I like that they're different sizes. And so if you want to open them, you open the vent so that the lid comes off. And then once you've got the lid on, you just close the vent. And that keeps the seal right well in. And the nice thing is too, that you can just fill it with really, really hot water for 5 minutes to heat it if you're going to have it for hot. And then dump it, wipe it out, and then put your hot things in it. And it keeps so super hot. So this is the little one. And I just love the color. It gives it a really dark blue. So this is the small one, and this is the large one.
Oh,
so
the large
sizes. Yeah, you can get them as a set, or you can get them individually as well. All right. So that's what we'd be putting our dip in today. What we're making is the honey sriracha chicken dip. And so we're making it cold, but then you can heat it in the oven, or you can heat it in the air fryer, and then just, again, heat your bowl 5 minutes, dump it out, and then dry it out, and then put your dip in here. And it's just super yummy. You can also make these dips in, I've made some of these dips in the multi-cooker. So you can make them in there if your chicken isn't cooked. This recipe we're using with cooked chicken. So what I did was I cooked my chicken this morning in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, talk to Cindy or I about the air fryer. It is super easy to use. If your husband doesn't cook, it's a great way to get your husband to start cooking. And if you've got kids that are at that age where they may be just starting to stay by themselves, is really, really good to have, because you can trust them not to have the stove on or the oven on, and they can get prep ready for dinner, or they can be making dinner by themselves. Great to get your kids started in the kitchen early, because statistics say kids that grow up in the kitchen keep cooking. I can testify to that. Cindy can testify to that. Kids that start cooking early, they grow up as adults that cook. And that's really, really important in this day and age. We want kids to be able to cook and to know how to cook from scratch, and to be able to incorporate fresh vegetables and fruits and meats, because that's important in today's society. So I don't know about you, but I never know how much cream cheese there is in the box, right? Because it says there is 250 grams, and it says I'm supposed to be using 8 ounces, and I never know. So this is a handy dandy scale, and I use it quite a bit more than I thought I would. It's very easy to use. It's just like on off. And then if you have something that comes in a box, or you are measuring it in a container, you just put the container on first and then push tear, and then it'll take away the weight of that first. Okay. So let's say I'm measuring meat, and I want to put it in a container. I don't want to put my meat right on here. I put that, it'll subtract that amount, which is great. And then it'll measure the meat, because again, if you're somebody who's measuring your proteins, you want to just have like 4 ounces, or how many you want. So for this, I wanted to just put this on. I'm just going to put this here. I'm going to put it on, and then it measures in pounds, ounces, grams, just pounds, grams, ounces. So I want it in ounces. So it's at 0. Make sure it's at 0. That's important. Don't want any tears on there. Tear means I've got it set for something, first of all. There we go. I'm just going to put it on. And so this is 8 point. I picked it up and thrown it up, but it was at 8.64 gram ounces. So it's perfect. This is what we need for our recipe. So this is kind of helpful. Some people use it every day, and I just changed the battery in it, and I've had it for years and years and years. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use our new stand mixer. So this is brand new. And I earned it for free. So if you want to know how to earn things for free, talk to Cindy or I. There's a few different ways you can earn the stand mixer for free, especially this month. You can get the stand mixer for free doing what I do or doing what Cindy's doing. You can get it for free either way, or you can get it for 60% off as well. So it is something that Pampered Chef has just brought out, and it's not top heavy. So sometimes when you pick these things up, they're top heavy, but you can pick this up and it's evenly weighted. So that's kind of nice when you're using it. It also comes with attachments, and it's got a paddle attachment in it right now, and then it comes with this really heavy bread hook. And then this is great for blending or whipping. Or whipping rather, not blending. Because I've got something in here now, blending, and it's a paddle. And I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a you know, like when you're using a you know, when you're using a scraper, it scrapes as it also works. Okay. So
and I think that's really neat about this particular blender.
Yeah, it is cool, and it's got an on-off over here. And then the blender, the thing about this too, is there's pre-settings on here. So what Pampered Chef does is it goes, can you see okay, let's see. Can you see all right?
Yeah, can't see the number, like the
Okay, do you want me to
writing
pull
on it.
closer? Better?
Yeah, a little bit. I think if they enlarged it, it would be able to be
Okay.
seen.
Okay, I can move a little bit closer here too. Pampered Chef comes late into the market with things when it's doing research. They researched this for 3 years before they came up with it. And the reason is that they look at every other product on the market and they see what the pros and cons are. They see what people are saying about it. And then they see what they want to improve upon and what their selling points are. So with this one, it has pre-settings. So it's got a time amount for whip, cream, mix, beat, and knead. And then I don't know if you can see, but they show you which attachment to use. But then there's also custom, so you can use that as well. And in case you think, oh, wow, I don't think I know how to use this. Every Pampered Chef tool like this comes with a book. This is my air fryer book. This is my stand mixer book. And they always tell you what to do. Because I don't know what to do when I get it either. I have to read the instructions as well. So they tell you all the parts. And then they tell you the control center. And then there's another book that just tells you how to troubleshoot. And then it gives you all the recipes. And they always start with something really super easy to start, just to get familiar with the machine. And then these are getting started recipes.
Those cookies look good.
I know the cookies are really good. I decided that I wasn't making enough of them, so I doubled it, and it made a lot of cookies. It depends on what size your scoop is, right? So this recipe, and you should see some of the recipes in here, they're super good. This recipe I have actually on my phone that I took off our site. I'm just going to use my recipes on here. So it calls for the 2 cups of cooked chicken. So we're going to use this scraping attachment, and it says mix on custom speed for 1 minute until the chicken's shredded. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never shredded chicken in my old mixer before. So this is something that is kind of new to be using. Oops. So I'm going to use it on speed 1 until shredded about 30 seconds. I've never done this before, and I've actually never done this before either. So we'll see how this works. So we're going to try this. Probably should cut it up a little bit. I just threw it in whole out of the fridge. It is breaking it up. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. There's other things you can make in here. Some of the other recipes you make besides baking, besides dips, are meatloaf, meatballs. Think of anything where you don't want to get your hand in there and get them dirty. Since I've had it on my counter, I've been using it a lot more than I thought I would because I've left it out. So I'm really surprised. So I'd have never thought to shred chicken with it, but it's working well here. Like I said, I probably should have broken it up, like cut it up a little bit, but I literally threw the whole thing in cold. And because it wasn't cold, I had it quite hot. I didn't want to like cheat and have it too warm, so I literally threw it in the freezer so it'd be really cold. So it's extra cold. This is great. So on the custom settings, you can also change the amount. So if you have any of the other tools, you just push in the knob and then just turn the amounts. But it's important when you're using these to have a specific amount. When you're making cookies, when you cream your butter and your eggs and your sugar, if you over cream them, your cookies will spread. And I really didn't even know that. But that's something I've learned as well. So when you have that specific amount on there, it's really good to know that. Now, if you're an expert and you know all about baking and you know so much more than I do, you might have favorite recipes where you just use the custom amount and you know exactly what you're doing and you can use whichever tool you want. But if you're like me and you need a bit of help, it's so helpful to have those three settings in there. And then, as I say, you can change them. Now, how are we doing on our shredding? We're doing pretty well here. I'm gonna pause. We're doing. I'm gonna get a scraper here. Still do have like the outside chunk, the outside of chicken that has a chunk.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So it's chewed up. Like, see how small? Oops, looking for my camera. There you go. So small it's chewed up. So again, I wouldn't have thought that. Now we have other things like, to pull things apart, but it's just a cool idea. If you don't like the shredding part of your chicken, and you don't like getting your hands dirty, you don't like doing all that. It's just a cool idea. So I'm going to get rid of this now. I'm going to put it in another bowl. I'm going to work on the rest of my dip here. So these are the stainless steel bowls. They come with lids, and there's 3 of them in a set. And this is a really good time for bridal showers. If you know somebody that's getting married, we have really good bridal registries, and it's a perfect time for those. So if you know somebody's getting married, this is a good time because the bride and the groom get all of the rewards, and right now it's double rewards for anybody who's hosting. So it's a really good time to host. All right, so we're going to add the cream cheese and the sour cream and all these other yummy things. Now, I bet all of you know what this is. If you know anything about Pampered Chef, what's this called, Cindy?
Measure in something.
Yeah, that's right. It's a measure all.
Measure all.
Yeah, and they come in 3 different sizes. So
I don't know how mine went missing.
Oh, hopefully I don't have it in my kitchen.
Disappeared.
Oh dear, I bet I don't have it in my kitchen. Is it that size?
Oh, I don't know. I have to look again. I'm just like, I don't know how things go missing.
I know. You know what? I am always looking for things as well. So I am going to cut up the cream cheese, even though I didn't say to, because I think normally you want it softened, but you would cut it up into blocks. You can just throw the whole thing in like I did with the chicken. And The cream cheese, it's great if you soften it. And if you put it in the microwave for just, I find if you put cream cheese on defrost, it does a good job.
Oh,
Yes, it's one of my little tips there. And I use, instead of sour cream, I often use yogurt. I find it's a little bit healthier. Now honey, my honey, you're finding out all my secrets. I don't know about you guys, but honey tends to crystallize. Do you guys find this in your kitchen, that your honey tends to crystallize? So this is the smallest bowl of the bowls. So there's this one, the little one, and then there's a super, super big one. But my honey tends to crystallize, and then it gets thrown in the microwave, crystallizes it even more. So I've had it soaking in some hot water, just in that, and now it's running nicely. So it's just, it comes out really nicely now. So it's pouring out. So just instead of throwing it in the microwave again, which is going to perpetuate the problem, if you throw it in some nice a nice bath of hot water in a bowl like that, that tends to really do much better. So we want a tablespoon of honey. So we can either use this little guy. There's another guy that's even smaller than this, and he's really, really cute. And he's really good for small measurements. So you can use him as well. We're going to use this size. See how nicely this is going to pour out. I hope. There we go, look at that. There's not a lot in here, but if you keep it in that bath of hot water, it will come nicely. We have also as well, different tablespoons. We have adjustable tablespoons, and then we have measuring spoons that all fit together. So depending on what you like, there are different ones, and picked up. These are the ones that, what I like about these ones, they're stacking, that they sit on the counter and you can just fill them. But there's also the adjustable ones. And some people really, really love these ones. And they just go into, yeah, Cindy's got them. Yeah, which are your favorites, Cindy?
I like the adjustable ones for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Wayne really likes these adjustable ones.
Yeah.
But I do like the ones that all fit together when people put them back together.
Yes. Okay, so there you nailed the problem. My problem is as well that they go missing. Like some of them go missing, right? I end up now, so if you've got a really well-organized kitchen and you've got people to put things away, then you've got it made. And if they go back together really well, because I love them, because it's individualized and I can just use the ones I want. So they are my favorite. Somehow though, some of them go missing. My friend, I was at my friend Ashley's, who is the girl that introduced me to the business, and I looked in her drawer and she had 2 sets perfectly all put together, and I was like, wow, that's what happens when your children are young. Everything is sweet. Okay, so we're going to use the seasoning, and this is the honey sriracha. Okay, so we need 2 tablespoons of that. Now I've got some allergies, and all our seasonings are gluten-free. So you're gonna love our seasonings. I have some extra allergies. I actually made my own seasoning up. So just ask if you've got allergies. Because I've got some extra allergies, so I sometimes will make my own seasonings. And you know what? You can really make whatever you want. It's a few extra steps, but there's no reason why you can't enjoy things just like everybody else can. Because it's, you know, you want to enjoy the same flavor. All right, so we're gonna add all these things. I'm talking so much. So we're gonna cream this for 1 minute. So I'm gonna put this down. Again, it won't start unless you've got this down in place. So don't worry about that. And it does have a shield. So you can put this around and then you can put the ingredients in. But I'll tell you, another nice thing about this is it starts slowly and then it increases in speed so that you don't get covered in things. So I'm gonna cancel it. There's a cancel button. And then I'm gonna start over. So it says, just add to cream and mix for 1 minute. Notice how it starts slow. There's your warning that it's starting. It starts slow and then it'll start speeding up. So it's integrated the things that are going to splash all over and then it's going to speed up. Again, I really like that. So I haven't needed the shield. So when you're doing something with flour as well, I found that very helpful because again, you don't want to get covered with flour. I also like the stainless steel bowl, everything including the blade, like the mixer there, the blade that's going around, it goes in the dishwasher. Again, my old one, it didn't go in the dishwasher and it saves you a couple steps when you can throw it in the dishwasher. It's really helpful. This is looking so yummy. Getting that cream cheese nicely mixed in there.
And back to the spices, Judy, that they have a thing called taste buds, and you can try out some of the.
Just gonna turn you up a bit.
They have a thing called taste buds, and you can try out the spices, and it comes every month with a recipe and spices.
Yes, yes. And this month there's a special box that you can order. A summer box that you can order that gives you an idea of the taste buds, just gives you a taste of the taste buds to give it a try. It comes with a couple of other like summer products to try as well. So that's a really cool idea. Cindy's going to get hers for free. So that's going to be a nice bonus this month as well for hosting. So yeah, one of the perks of hosts. Oh, I think we're done. All right, let me just show you what this looks like. Okay. I'm gonna add in some chicken and some cheese, more cheese, because you can never have too much cheese. Nice, that looks.
Oh, that looks good.
Not good. Okay, so now we're gonna add in. I think the cheese can get a bit warmer. We're going to add in our cheese. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing over here. I started grating some cheese, and then I got thinking you might want to see this a little bit closer too. So this is a new grater that came out. It's got a coarse side and it's got a fine side. And then if you're saying neither one of those are what I want, there's one that's in between as well. But I want to show you, it comes with this little handy thing here as well. And then these actually pull apart. Not to get cheese all over. Let me show you. These actually pull straight apart here. So you can use them one at a time. So you can put this over a bowl and just grate, which is handy. They go in the dishwasher. And this little container, I don't know if you can see these nice big cheese pieces. I like those. They're more decorative depending on what you're making. So if you're making a salad where you want to see the cheese, and then if these are the fine ones. So we need a cup of cheese, and this measuring cup has measuring on it, and it makes 2 cups. So we're going to use 1 cup to use this finer cheese.
Now, one of the guests had a question about the hamburger maker thing. Yes. In the video, it looked like they put cheese in the middle of it. Is that right? Does that
automatically, you mean? Or
like there was cheese in the middle of the hamburger.
Oh, definitely can do that. Yeah, let me take a look at that. I know that there's truffle burgers. That's something that was in one of the recipes, and there's a new truffle spice. That's something else that's come out, black truffle spice.
Yeah,
It's become
that'll
very
be good.
popular. Yeah, so there's the truffle burger, and I'm not sure whether that showed cheese in it as well. But you can definitely put cheese in the middle and then put it in burger press. Yes, for sure. That would be super yummy. Yeah, and I think that is one of the recipes. So we've got, let's see what we got. Cream cheese, or okay, add the shredded cheese, chicken, and mix for 45 seconds. So grab this chicken. Here we go. And I didn't have the same cheese that they call for. That's okay. Just use what you have. You know, we don't have to use exactly what the recipe calls for. If you don't have the exact thing, that's okay.
That's a sign of a good cook. Substitution.
Just substitute, that's right. Maybe you don't like that kind of cheese, that's okay, just use what you have. It's no problem. We don't have to be exact with our recipes as far as what kind of cheese we use and all those sorts of things. Okay, so we're gonna start, again, I'm gonna start over with my mixing, and then we're gonna start here. We'll just adjust there so it clicks into place where it needs to be. And that's my user error, because you can click it into place yourself before you start using it. So now it's mixing everything together. And then you can top it with whatever you want. You can top it with green onions, you can garnish it with a little parsley, and you can bake it, it says, in a 375 oven for 20 to 30 minutes. Or you can heat it up in the slow cooker, or you can heat it up in the microwave, whatever you want it to. And I would say as well, you can heat it up in the air fryer as well. If you have a container, and I'll show you what I cooked the chicken on. So these are our modular sheet pans. If you have an air fryer and you don't always like to scrub the
wire
ones, and I'll say you do need to spray them with some oil. If you don't have like a spritzer bottle for oil, you can just use a silicone brush and brush them. I often use the silicone brush and brush them, but don't use the spray that you find in the store, because that will build up and it'll get gummy. But if you're looking for something to go on those shelves, this is perfect. If you have children that like everything separated in the oven and they don't like a sheet pan with the meal cooked together, this is great. You can put one vegetable, another vegetable, and maybe your meat on here, or meat and vegetable, but they add up to a nice size when they're all added together. These are very, very thick and very heavy duty. It's not your typical cookie sheet. They don't bend, you know, or change at all.
Yeah, I love them, and they're so easy to clean up.
Yes, they are. They just wipe clean.
Yeah.
And they're really nice. That's what I cooked the chicken in. Oh, any juices just, you know, went into there.
Not that I ever burn anything,
right?
But if it happens,
it does.
Clean up like nothing.
It does. It does. So this is, well, again, I lose track of time because I'm chatting. This is all done. I don't know, again, if you can see this blade. This smells amazing. Cindy and I are going to share this. See what this looks like. This is a nice big recipe. Good. It smells amazing. It's not even hot. You can see how well it's mixed, and all the chicken, even the chicken that wasn't as ground up, because of the edges, that like the edging that was a little bit tougher, it's all ground up now. So that's amazing. I didn't have to cut anything up or do anything tricky. Just gonna put this.
And you were talking about toppings. I was thinking, you know, even some crushed nuts or pineapple or something like that, like a sweet, yeah.
Yes, that would be so good because there's honey in there as well. So it's so good.
One of the girls that I used to work with made this dip with the pineapples, and it's so good.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off just to show you what this paddle looks like. You see, it's got that edge. That's what wipes the side of the bowl. So you don't have to scrape it down while it mixes. So when you're making something like whipping cream, it's got the whipping thing. But when you're making something else like this, where it normally gets all up the sides of the bowl, it scrapes down the bowl for you. So that's a nice plus as well. So I'm just going to clean this off a bit, but that's all done. So if you're wanting some more information, let us know. We want to, if we can, we'd like to close the party tonight. So if you know what you want to order, just let Cindy know, or let me know the end table. That's where the link is, but we can also, we'll send you out the link as well. So if you want to just order with the link, you don't have to go back into table at all. We're going to post this video. And if you have any questions, just make sure that you ask us. Again, we have, if you want to do what Cindy did, June is a really great time to host because you can get double rewards. And so that's a really exciting time, and all of my hosts, and make sure they get a great gift as well. So Cindy always gets something when she hosts. And I always like to show you the best deal in the catalog. Our kits are 75% off, so it's the best deal in the catalog. So if you're looking to get the best deal for the best bang for your buck, the kits are the best deals. You can get a stoneware kit for $70. This one that has the cast iron is $130. This one that has the air fryer is $250. And this one has the grill and it's $320. And all of the kits, there's no shipping and there's no tax on those. So they just come directly. So if you want to do something part-time, that's totally possible. Or if you want to do it and end up doing it full-time like me, that's doable as well. That's how I earned my trip. I know some of the girls that have earned the trip are doing it part-time as well. So if you have any questions, make sure to ask me. I'd love to work with you. I know Cindy has worked with me before, so she knows all the good, the bad, and the ugly. So she can tell you. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions you have as well. So yeah, and Cindy's great for answering questions. She knows probably just as much as I do, maybe more.
If anybody wants to see any of the products or anything, like I have a lot of the products and Judy has pretty much all of the products, I guess. But yeah, even if you just wanted to ask, and I could do a little demo or something with it if you wanted to see, you know, or you could always stop by and visit me.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, and if you want to do your own party, we'll demo something else with you. Like we'll pick another recipe and we'll demo what you like, and whatever you have on your wish list, we can show off as well to your friends. Live demo is something that we're finding is really fun and people are really liking it. Or if you'd like something in your house, that's fine too. And I even have people that just like pass around a link or pass around a few catalogs. As soon as you hit your minimum, which is $200, you get your 60% off item and your 50% off item. So, you know, we always adjust whatever you want to do. And, you know, but if your wish list is big, the sky is the limit for that too. But there's no pressure to buy. If you just want to browse, that's okay too. I'm going to put up a wish list draw as well. So if you want to just let us know what your wish list is, you're going to get in for a draw as well. So and that's going to be another fun thing that we're doing today too. So yeah. So Cindy and I are going to take some pictures, and you're going to get to see what she eats with her dip, and you'll see what we eat with our dip over here. She'll probably be doing something fancy over there with her dip. And I'll also put up a video with favorites. I know people like to see the favorites under $30. So I'll put up a video with that as well, because people like to see those, because those are lots of fun to see as well. So I'll be putting up some videos on Table. So check back into the Table if you want to see some new videos up. And we'll put those up as well. So thanks for watching. If you got to watch to the end, congratulations. We got chatting, so we're a little bit long today, but thanks for joining and watching. And just let us know if you watch the replay. So thanks for watching, Cindy.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.